And breathe. Manchester City beat Everton 3-1 in the Premier League, and we needed that 3 points. We didn't need it in terms of major concerns, but we needed it given the start, given Liverpool's victory, and given the kind of precarious nature of this season at the moment due to injuries. We needed it, and we got it, and we just about deserved it. But what I say before I get into the match reaction videos, if you've been following this channel recently, you know I partnered with The Athletic, the new home of football writing, the best coverage you'll find anywhere online, with a world-class team of writers, including our very own Sam Lee, David Ornstein, Danny Taylor, Michael Cox, Jack Pitbush, Rafa Honigstein, and absolutely loads more. And one in particular, Oliver Kay, who we'll reference in a minute from the articles I've been reading very recently. But you can sign up at theathletic.co.uk/esteemed company. You can get like 50% off now, the annual subscription. So it's about £2.50 a month. It's fantastic. As I said in videos before, I actually just signed this up to before I started working with The Athletic, so I'm basically a paying customer myself and also working alongside them, which is how much I rate this app and this website. It's fantastic, and it's great to see writers get a chance to express themselves. So go download it, go and sign up at theathletic.co.uk/esteemed company right now. You can check out some articles, including this one, which is a great long-form piece from Oliver Kay. Obviously a very talented writer, Oliver Kay. He talked about the disappearance of Joe Hart and basically how he's gone from hero to relatively zero in the space of 3 or 4 years. It's been a really weird twist for Joe Hart. So you can go check out that article, the link in below, by signing up over at my subscription link. Go do it. It's really good, I promise you. But we're going to talk about Manchester City today and that victory. Oh, it's huge, isn't it? It's absolutely huge. Genuinely massive victory in a game that became bigger than it did because of all the injuries recently. And we got the 3 points. The team was relatively predictable, but there was a couple of surprises in there. The back four kind of picked itself. Edison, obviously, in goals. Zinchenko, I think we all knew we'd probably come back into the team. With Fernandinho, Otamendi, kind of there by default, I guess. And right back was Kyle Walker. I suspected he'd come back in a tricky away game, especially a physical, tricky away game. Rodri, Kevin De Bruyne, and then Gundogan at number 8, which is the one thing that most City fans didn't really want based off looking around my Twitter timeline, all that kind of stuff, and I understand why. Then we had a pretty interesting front three, actually. Gabriel Jesus, after his comments the other day and after his goal the other day, started through the middle in place of Sergio Aguero. And then we got Raheem, Sterling and Riyad Mahrez either side him. So it meant we had a bench with the likes of Mendy, Cancelo, Foden, Aguero, the two Silvers, an absolutely incredible bench full of world-class talent. And into the first half, we started pretty well, we're being honest. Genuinely quite a strong start. We should have scored very early on. Gundogan missing an absolute sitter, unfortunately, from like 2 or 3 yards out. It was a slow start as well due to Walcott's injury, which is a bit unfortunate for Walcott. Hopefully he's okay. We don't know yet. It'd be good because he looked like a weird one. Ball hit him in the back of the head. And we were all over him, really, until eventually we got our goal. And it was another beautiful assist from Kevin De Bruyne. A delightful whip cross. He's like he's got laser vision, Kevin De Bruyne, to Gabriel Jesus, who flung himself out. It justified his start and got the opening goal. I think that's 8 assists now so far in like 7 games for De Bruyne. He's chasing down that 20-goal assist record from Henry. I think he's going to smash it as well. After that, though, we didn't really kind of click into gear. Everton had a few half chances before they eventually got the goal. Fernandinho made a hash of a clearance. It fell to Everton. Eventually, the ball kind of fell loose to Coleman, who chipped it over the keeper, Edison, who rushed in. He couldn't really do much, Edison. And they got back onto it, and they kind of pretty much deserved that, if I'm being honest. They showed a lot of energy, a lot of fight, obviously, against the team. Better than them. You got to admire their application and their spell, and they were getting in behind us. Sigurdsson got in a couple of times as well, but eventually it got to half time. Just before half time, we had a really lovely chance for Gabriel Jesus where he fired over after some sumptuous link-up play between De Bruyne and Mahrez. But in the second half, we started pretty encouragingly. There was a beautiful Kevin De Bruyne switch where Sterling found Gundogan, and he couldn't quite get the shot away, and then De Bruyne hit the side netting from a reverse pass from Mahrez. He was involved in pretty much anything, and then it kind of went off a little bit. He got a little bit kind of niggly. Otamendi was really rash a couple of times. Zinchenko had a bit of a mare. Sterling kept running down blind. Otherwise, before eventually that man, the Algerian wizard, Riyad Mahrez, stepped up around the 70-minute mark and curled it into the far corner. That immediately allayed some fears. Even though Calvert-Lewin did have a couple of big chances, Edison made a couple of very good saves within 5 minutes. One smothering Calvert-Lewin kind of one-on-one. Another a great save from a corner. He was really good and really crucial crucial. But that's Ederson, he's very much better than most people realise. And then eventually we did get the third. Raheem Sterling, with the help of goal line technology, firing in, and then we kind of saw the game after that. It was a huge win, an absolutely huge win. Individually, Ederson, absolutely fantastic. Made some very big saves. It was as clinical as usual with his distribution. He gets a lot of stick, Ederson. Some of it deserved, some of it definitely not deserved. He did have a slow start season. I think I agree with that. But we know he can make big saves. We know he can be absolutely excellent in the moments that absolutely matter. And today, he was genuinely good when it mattered. I thought Walker had a pretty solid game, if I'm being honest. I can't really call him out too much. Otamendi and Fernandinho, I don't think they had a great understanding. I think it was a little bit too easy to get behind him. Understandably for Fernandinho, I guess, that there was a kind of lapsed clearance here and there. Otamendi was kind of rash, which is kind of the story of his life, really. He kind of settled down a little bit after that, but it was a bit all over the place. And Zinchenko, I thought, had a bit of a mare. Like, I do love Zinchenko. I think he's a really nice guy. I genuinely do. Glasses off, serious mode. I think he's a really nice guy, but one thing that bugs me about Zinchenko is that he doesn't really offer anything defensively. Like, he just doesn't. He's just not good defensively. It's understandable. He isn't a left back by any stretch of the imagination. He is now, but he wasn't. So it's not in his instinct. He's not particularly strong or particularly quick. And he just made so many kind of bad decisions today, like fouling people or just kind of giving the ball away and been a bit slack here and there. And it made me wish just for an actual left back, At least Angelino can get forward and at least Mendy can offer something going that way as well. And Zinchenko doesn't offer much going forward, so we feel like we kind of... He needs to be better if he's going to keep in that role, given the fact we've got two natural left backs. But anyway, I'm not going to blame him too much because I understand his situation and I do like the lad. Rodri thought was okay today. I don't think he stamped his authority on this game as much as he has done in other games recently, but he was still pretty decent. De Bruyne still was largely very good, There was a worrying sign with De Bruyne when he went off. He went off and he kind of grimaced towards the bench as he made his way to his seat. I'm hoping it's not a groin injury or anything like that, as someone put on Twitter, Kevin De Bruyne. But terrible, absolutely terrible. Fingers crossed he's going to be all right. He wasn't at his absolute quality best, but it's Kevin De Bruyne. He still played some beautiful passes. He still switched to play absolutely perfectly, put him some delightful crosses and got the assist. Gundogan, I don't think he was bad as everyone was saying online, but he definitely was a bit annoying. He's not that good as a number 8. We all know how good he is at sitting in the number 6 role and dictating play, but Rodri is the better option there, rightfully so, and so is Fernandinho if he comes to it. But he's not that good at creating things, and he needs to be so much better if he's going to play in that number 8 role. And I was crying out for David Silva or Bernardo or even Foden for a bit of energy in that role, but it didn't happen. And he just kind of plodded along and didn't really do loads. It wasn't like a stinker, but it definitely wasn't a good game. It was like a 5 or 6, very best. On the right, Mahrez, I thought he was brilliant. I thought he was one of those creative players today. I think he was consistently good going forward. Some lovely moments of link-up play with Kevin De Bruyne. A great goal, created chances, excellent. I think he'll be very happy, and he's kind of played his way into form, really. He's played his way into the starting lineup, and he'll probably stay there at the moment because he's just in great form. He looks a little faster, a little more confident. He just looks like everything's going for him, and he's tracking back and defending as well. Sterling was a weird one. I thought he genuinely, by his standards, was very poor. By his standards, some lesser wingers would have been really happy with that output today, but the amount of times he just ran into his fullback or slowed the play down, but with poor touch, he didn't get out of his feet or made the wrong pass, and his finishing let him down after a Mahrez through ball, which is perfect. He just put it around the post. The amount of times that happened today was really frustrating until obviously he got his goal at the end, which is, I guess, why Guardiola left him on. Pep does know a thing or two about managing football teams, I guess, and eventually Sterling did come up with the goods. He was just a pretty poor game. Gabriel Jesus, I thought, didn't really have much to go off today. He got his goal, of course, but yeah, he didn't really grab the opportunity with both hands. But at the same time, I don't think he was fed particularly well either today. I don't think he played badly, but you can see why we wanted Aguero on, because Aguero has that seniority and that fear factor. Aguero did have a very good cameo. Obviously, got basically settled Sterling's goal as well. He had a couple of moments where he ran past people, fired one rasper after stepping into midfield as well. Bernardo came on, looked really lively, could have scored, really probably should have scored, but he was good to have in the midfield for a bit of energy. Overall, though, this was a big game. Not every game is going to be easy at the moment, and I do believe at the moment we just have to find a way by hook or crook to win these games at the moment, because Everton are a decent team. A lot of teams are know how to play football in the Premier League, and going away to Goodison has never been fun, as we all know. Going back to Edin Dzeko there a while back, it can be a very horrible place to go to, but we got the result, 3-1 in the end, despite Everton's best efforts, despite all their injuries. We're in a situation now where we just have to find a way to win, and that's what we are doing, I guess. guess. If we keep doing that, if we keep kind of getting closer to the time, then we'll have Stones back maybe, then eventually, hopefully one day have Laporte back, whenever that's going to be, then maybe we could just be about all right. We just have to keep up the pace roughly with Liverpool, because they're winning games, even if some of it's a bit jammy, they are continuously winning games. And the mental kind of boost from just finding ways to win is absolutely huge. It doesn't matter how you win, as long as you win, and we've won today, and it's only 5 points still. That could easily disappear within, like a week generally at the moment. So we just need to remain positive. And not every performance has to be a vintage performance as well. I think we sometimes forget, because we become this winning machine, we become this well-oiled goal-scoring machine, that sometimes you just kind of don't deserve to win always by a load of goals. Sometimes you've got to just kind of be patient. Sometimes you've got to outfight the other team. You just got to take your chances when they matter. It doesn't have to be beautiful. It doesn't have to be a pretty picture painted by, I don't know, Leonardo da Vinci every single time. Sometimes it can just be a scrawl on a piece of paper, and that will do. Let's just go home. That sometimes is all it needs to be, and that's all today was. And I'm totally fine with that. Everton were up for it. Delph had a good game, by the way. Of course, he had a good game. And Everton were up for it, and they gave us some trouble. Understanding with a back four like that. But we got through it. I want to see now, I do want to see a proper left back get a go, because I feel like at least they'll make instinctive defensive runs as well, which Zinchenko doesn't. Even if they can't defend that well, those two that could come in, they still make instinctive defensive runs because they've been there all their lives. And I don't think Zinchenko understands that very well. I like him, but I don't know. I want a left back who can get forward as well and offer something in the support. And other than that, I just kind of don't want Gundogan at number 8, personally. I trust Pep, of course, but I want to see energy and dynamism in the midfield. But we've won. Guys, let me know what you think of that performance in the comments below. Let me know who you thought the man of the match was. For me, it's a kind of toss-up between Ederson and Mahrez. I could have either of them quite happily. Let me know as well what you thought of the game and all that kind of stuff. Don't forget as well, you can go check out theathletic.co.uk/esteemed company for 50% off your introductory offer. A month's free trial as well. That'll get you 50% off your yearly subscription. A fantastic app. A world-class team of writers there, and the new home of football writing is brilliant. Go check it in the link in the description below. For now, though, I'm going to go edit this video. Enjoy the rest of my weekend. I'll see you tomorrow for another video, potentially. In a bit.